and welcome everyone. It's time for more Avowed. Last time we went into Emerald Stair, which is sort of the home of the Animancers. Maybe not the entire region, but at least Fior Ivèrno, which is going to be our goal for this episode. So what I did say in the very beginning of the last episode is that I took 21 episodes to complete Dawn Shore. If we look at Living Last, can we click here? Yes. No. Ooh, I can just fast travel. I really didn't want to fast travel. I just wanted to... Okay, never mind. I can't actually look at it. But I think you remember vaguely how Dawn Shore looked, with Paradise being like the main feature. That took me 21 episodes. If how many of these are we going to have? We can definitely see this one. We have this one. We definitely have that one. We definitely have that one. We definitely have that one. We have that one, that one, that one, that one. Are all these available in the game right now? I don't know. Actually, some of these might be part of DLCs. Who knows? But what I do know is that I cannot take 20 plus episodes every single area. And the point is, Emerald Stair, if we zoom out, is bloody big as well. So, yeah, I can't do that. It's not gonna work. So what I said was that, right, I'm gonna focus what I do in the episode to be largely about the quests. So, for example, now I have a quest marker here, so what I should be doing is simply go towards that one. Then I have 2 more quest markers that I picked up, so obviously we're going for those, and that's basically what I've been thinking about doing, so to speak. And, well, as you can see, this is what I did for, well, okay, fine, it was only half the episode because we did a bit of talking and stuff like that, so it wasn't the entire episode. But the point is, I kind of stepped away from that a little bit. Now, the point is, yes, I did find a bunch of named people that I could talk to, so I think that that is relevant to have in the episode still. But, yeah, going forward, I am going to try as much as possible to keep exploration down a little bit. Now, I know that some people probably do want to see me explore things, but it just takes a whole lot of time, and, yeah, I don't want this series to drag on too much. I like it, I like the game, but, yeah, I don't want the series to become like a 100-episode series when it doesn't really have to be. So what you're gonna see, if I can keep to it, is a more focused thing. We're gonna be absolutely looking for people to talk to. So if I'm on my way to a location, well, actually, okay, what I am gonna say is that, like now that we're going here, I'm not gonna cut to when we're here. I'm gonna show you the path to this, and if anything happens along the way, then yes. So, right. I just had to clarify that, I suppose. But we found a few bits and pieces. Found another one of those races that I don't know what they're called. Garrick is one of the first characters that we met in the game. He was one of those. We found another one of those. She probably has some connection to Fior Ivèrno, so that's kind of nice. And then we had the docks, which had a number of people to talk to, as well as the farms. And yeah, you can see there, Elias Revenant farm. Yeah, they're using revenants controlled by essence to do farming. Yeah, that's what's going on in Emerald Stair. So, cool. Anyway, we're probably going to see more of that as we go forward, because yeah, as one of the quests that we do have, this one, literally we are looking for revenants. So, yes, revenants are going to be a thing. But with that said, we are going to move on and start by having a fast travel beacon. Hello. And also I have indeed been given confirmation that in this region we get the next level of...
First my wife runs off to Paradise, and now this.
Well, we have more people. I was about to say that in this area we have the next level of crafting materials, so I'm a bit intrigued to go back to camp as well to see if we can craft the 3rd level. I don't know. Hey, you're a named person. What's up?
Not one for talking right now. On top of everything else going on, now I can't get this blasted equipment to work.
Pretend to kick the machine? What do you mean pretend? Just kick it. Have you tried persuading it? I like that one.
These bones are too old and tired for that. Besides, I don't want to make the problem worse. Maybe you could take a closer look for me.
You are super young, my dude, but okay. Intriguing. What can I do with this? Can I do anything? Hold on. Oh. Who's that wants to kill me? Is it Sporlings? I don't know. Is it Sporlings? It is Sporlings! Hello, Sporlings! You go down. You're a little bit tricky, not gonna lie. Oh, wow, okay, you just rolled away. You do a big explosion thing, which is a bit intriguing. Okay, just some Sporlings here. What are we talking about? We're looking at this, maybe? Uh-huh. Is it this? There's a steel garrote stiletto. Intriguing. That did an interesting sound just for that item. But okay. Nothing as far as I can see, sir. Where even are you? You're here. Am I supposed to be able to do something here? Oh, no, that was probably just you again. I'm sorry, Barulo? Was it? No, Paolo. I'm sorry, Paolo. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Everything seems to be working quite alright. So we're just gonna ignore that for now. But yes, I do wanna go... Oh, hello. I mean, this is sort of the thing that I don't really want to have. Oh, bloody hell, I hadn't seen that before. That's interesting. Yeah, there's some Sporlings there, but unless anyone wants me to actually go there, we are not. And I will do probably a bit of... a bit of playing between episodes. That is entirely possible. To do... unlock a few things, and... then when we come back to recording, I'll try to remember what it is that I've done. Good job, Kai.
Next one's mine.
And basically just tell you if I found any interesting items, if I found people to talk to, maybe I've even picked up a quest or so. Yeah, I am gonna condense this series from now on quite a bit. Hopefully you are not going to be terribly sad about that. We'll see.
I don't think you can deny
Hello,
that
people.
everything wrong in Fior obviously comes from using animancy.
We don't use animancy on our farms in Dawnshore, and our forests aren't trying to kill us.
I don't know what you want from me. The other animancers and I are just doing the best we can to survive.
Fior will be better able to survive if they accept help from the adherents.
The adherents have already made great strides in bringing order to Paradise.
I just want to go home without being harassed.
And we have our first, I think, bloody American. That's interesting. And his name is Takioka, which does not sound very American. You're also a Mawai, I don't remember. Same as that guy over there. Hello.
Such a headache.
Apparently not.
How else will they learn if we don't tell them how things should be?
They're not bad people. They just have bad ideas.
Well, I suppose now that I think about it, Kai, you're also speaking with an American accent. I realize that now. Alright, then. Ooh, I mean, look at the view. That is an interesting view right there. That is a very interesting view right there. But alright then. This is where we're going. It's all very essency, isn't it? Very essency. So hello, you wanna chat?
You showed up at a bad time.
Do you even know who I am?
Word of advice, give a wide berth to the governor's manor. Giat is about to tear that poor man a new one.
Oh, you're also very flamboyant, aren't you? Unfortunately, that's where I'm headed. Giada, you say?
One of our animancers. She's bright as a spark, but a mite confrontational. She came storming up the hill with a wheelbarrow full of spoiled crops. Then the shouting started.
Animancers fighting? This I have to see.
This isn't the first time Giat has put the governor in his place, but it might be the last.
Okay, well, maybe she could help me. I'm looking to consult with an animancer, yeah? Let's just say that.
The governor's manor is on the far side of town. You can't miss it. Just follow the sound of foul language.
Well, I like her already.
Learn some local curses.
Okay.
Looking forward to seeing what it looks like when animancers fight.
And this is indeed a travel thingamajig, so let's indeed go into the city proper. It doesn't feel like it's going to be a terribly big city. But that's fine with me. And it does look as if we're going to be greeted immediately. Hello, Captain Aelfer.
The Emperor's envoy. Inquisitor Ludwig said you might be heading this way.
Okay. Here on diplomatic mission. Okay, you know what? Who the hell are you?
Captain Alfair of the Steel Garrote. If you're here to speak with Vidaro, I'm afraid you'll find the governor is quite beyond reason. These Valians and their love of animancy.
Sometimes the animations don't really sync up with what they're saying, by the way, because she did this animation and said these Valians. So are you a Valian? Because you kind of made it look like you were. And also, yes, Aelfer, I think we heard her name before, so she's part of the Steel Garrote, and Ludwig has apparently been passed here. So as an arcane scholar, I can say, metaphysically speaking, it's unlikely that animancers are causing this plague. What do I mean metaphysically? I mean, actually, it is unlikely. Animancy is dangerous, we need to rule it out as a factor. Perhaps the diplomacy should be left to diplomats, captain. I suppose the Valians don't like adherents telling them their own business. Yes, that is also... We don't have to go down that route right now. But yes, let's appeal to my scholarly background, I suppose. It is, metaphysically speaking, unlikely that they're the reason for the plague.
While they theorize and do nothing, the sickness spreads. But worry not, envoy. The Steel Garrote will be ready to ensure the safety of Adheran interests when the time comes.
Well, alright then. Stare quizzically. Okay, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna say... Huh?
We all have our part to play, envoy. Until later.
Well,
She's
you
as
weren't
subtle as
very
a broadside.
forthcoming.
Does
Indeed.
subtle mean something different outside of Solace?
Indeed. Yeah, okay, I mean, first and foremost, I do like the visuals of this place, with the essence being everywhere. That's kind of nifty. I also like the thorn fruit. I shall eat some of it. And I shall eat your... No, I don't need to eat your cured... What did I say? But OV Grand. I'm never going to remember that. So you know what, I do want to check out this place a little bit. I know I said I wasn't going to explore like too much, but a little bit of exploration could be fun. I mean, there are things. So we have Quillick's Journal 2, also SS Potion, thank you. Do we have a Quizlick Part 1? Is it here? Is this one? Yes. So Quillickis, or Quillichis? Maybe Quillichis. I don't know. Today, Talia approached me at the market, a bundle of greens in hand. At first glance, I thought his crops had withered with the usual rot, but upon further inspection, the mold shimmered with a strange gloss. I brought the bundle back to my shop for immediate testing. Intriguing. Ooh, someone's been doing something. That was number 1. And we have the crop is ruined. There's no denying it now. The dream scourge has come to Emerald Stair. Vidaro insists on feigning ignorance. He wants to prevent panic, but we are losing precious time. Lives could be lost. What's more, Yada has become restless in Fior, Mr. Ivèrno. I must remind myself that I once found myself aching for the promise of something greater. I can still hear Yasli's voice at first night at Nakuterik. Our future is a blaze of risk. Isn't that wonderful? But this time I cannot run. Vidaro cares little for animancy or legacy. His comfort is king. I keep asking myself what the point of all this is if we abandon animancy at the first sign of struggle. Yes, I totally agree. You should keep doing. I like animancy. Can I be an animancer? I hope so. And then the third journal. I fear the worst. For days now, Yada and I passed the gates before sunrise to record the essence in Emerald Stair's soil. The results are erratic and unpredictable. The crop, once green and plentiful, is wilted and smells of decay. The wildlife shows sign of strain. A bear emerged from hibernation months early, completely rabid. We found several sparrows fallen on the floor, dead without any sign of attack or cause, the symptom of a larger disease. Yeah, things are basically not going terribly well in this place. And, well, we'll see what we can do about it, I suppose. So, hello, we have a quest giver. Who are you, Rosanna Fallow?
Oh, you startled me. This old woman can get lost in prayer from time to time. You must be the Adheran envoy I've been hearing about. Apologies for any hardships you may have experienced getting here. The failing crops, the strange beasts. and even the Dream Scourge are all the result of our neglect of the dead.
Is that really what's going on? Also, yes, you do look old. The guy in the fields, he was not old. Okay. No apologies necessary. What prayers? No way you could be responsible for the problems facing Fior. This is your fault, but if it is, you'll have to make amends. That's very intriguing. Okay. I mean, probably not your fault that this is happening.
Oh, sure. I can't take the blame for all of Fior's problems, but my negligence has only made things worse. The dead of Fior expect certain rituals to be carried out. I have failed to perform those rituals, and now the spirits are angry.
Okay, you know what? In any normal circumstance, I would say, oh, come on. The dead people are dead. They don't expect anything. What do you mean spirits? But then I realized that in this game, spirits and, you know, afterlife, etc., very much a thing. So, okay, cool. What kind of, rather, I should ask, like, why are those rituals not carried out? So are you referring to the old Valian custom of offering fresh food for recently dead? I could ask. That's reasonable because of all the food that's spoiling. What if we carried out the rituals in your stead? I can ask that. I imagine if yours problems would have kept you too busy to complete the rituals. Maybe. I don't even know who you are. Or what you are, maybe I should say. It was your negligence that caused this. It's your responsibility to fix it. No, let's see if I am correct about the fresh food.
That's exactly it. Well done. I have always observed it, and I brought it with me when I came to Fior. Our recent dead require a final meal to ease their passage from life. Without it, they can't rejoin the cycle.
You've got people waiting in line for their next meal, and you want to waste food on the dead?
I got food from the grain merchant stores. I just need someone to leave it at the graves. The dead will take it from there.
Flesh and bone. They bring the fruit to those who cannot eat. What tree calls for its branches to endure these rituals?
Okay, my voice is a bit skeptical. Gotcha. Don't have the perception, but I do have arcanescholar. I believe this ritual is carried out more for the grieving survivors than for the spirits of the dead. Or, with resolve, this seems like a waste of food when the rest of the time is starving. Something with perception I don't know, and do you really believe the dead are mad because they don't have their last meal? I'm gonna go with the arcanescholar version, or other answer here. So yes, probably more for the living than for the dead.
The ritual heals all. The spirits get one more taste of life, and the living get to offer one last gift to the dead.
I mean, yes, but like the spirits can... Even in this universe, I would assume that the spirits don't actually taste the food, if you know what I mean. So again, it seems like a waste of food. But okay, you know what? I expect payment for this ridiculous scheme. And oh right, you know what? This is far from the craziest thing we've done today. Let's do it.
I like your spirit. I feel better about this already. The first offering goes to a cliffside grave on the southern coast.
Is that gonna be where I killed a whole bunch of skeletons? Whose bodies are resting there?
Loggers from the old days. They sacrificed themselves to make the land habitable, and lost their lives to creatures of the untamed forest. The second offering goes to a grave in the swamp, far to the west from here.
But, okay, hold on. You said loggers from the old time, or what did you say? You said loggers from the old days. How do you know that they did not get their last meal? Okay, anyway, who the hell is wandering in the swamp then?
They buried the bodies of settlers there, intrepid sorts that tried to tame the farther reaches of Emerald Stairs wilds. The final offering should be taken to the truffle farm east of Fior, where a family lost their lives to the encroaching wilds.
Ooh, truffle farm, eh? So I hope this will cover your angry spirits. Maybe this will help you find some peace as well. Seems like a waste of perfectly good food. What can you tell me about the final grave? Yes, tell me more.
Such a tragedy. A young family lost their lives there as the wilds encroached. swallowed before they could even flee.
That doesn't seem exactly as what would happen, but sure. So, okay, maybe you'll find some peace as well if we do this.
That is the least of my worries. But yes, bringing closure to the recent dead will finally allow me a good night's sleep. I can't thank you enough for helping to ease the conscience of an old lady. Please, return when the rituals are complete.
Anything? Nope. Also, you said rituals. I don't really know. I mean, okay, is the ritual just placing the offering and that's it? I mean, probably. Right. We shall do that. It's just a thing when we're out and about, and not obviously gonna focus on it, but still. Ooh, hello. Do we get more journal entries? Maybe a small book. Right. The reduced size of this book indicates that it was made for the hands of a kith smaller than you. Despite this, the book is still easy enough to read, and old Lady Bookmartin was a favorite page. Seems like just a bunch of, I'll say lore, but like just literature. We might read that at some point. Okay, so who the hell lived here then? A letter from Yatsli. Ooh, Yatsli. That wasn't her name, right? The character we found at the beginning of this place. Was it? Darling, I wish you could join me this time. I understand Vidaro needs his hand held at the best of times, let alone during the onset of a famine, but still, ruins are a little more beautiful with you here to explain things to. It feels like it probably was her. Of course, you can't join me now, even if Vidar is suddenly grown competent. I've explored this ruin thoroughly, and I'm sure the locals are sick of me by now. So don't miss me too much, my dear. I'll be home soon. Is this her place then, maybe? Or, ooh, all's leaf tea. 150 essence generation, thank you. I shall grab that. Okay. I think this is, well, okay, it's not going to be Yatsli's home. It's going to be whoever it was that Yatsli was hooking up with, so to speak. Gotcha. More homes to barge into. Hello! Okay, what's going on here?
I am not accustomed to failure.
Ugh, neither am I. But it happens to the best of us, no? They made up their minds before we even started.
Uh-huh. What's up?
It's okay, we'll try again.
But it's the third time.
You know how it is. Their standards are impossible. It isn't personal.
Of course it's personal. It's the Animonster's workshop.
Okay. Whatever it is that's going on, I'm a scholar. I can help, maybe?
I'm not sure our work is quite ready for peer review.
Maybe we need some feedback on our proposal.
Using essence to cure male flaccidity is uncharted territory. I'm sure of our thesis.
There we go. That's a good use of essence. You would use essence of something as trivial as that, I say, looking very blankly at them. Or I can also say, I would think soul essence would be the perfect thing to enliven the male member. That probably is true.
Our thoughts exactly. Our experiments have been very successful on animals and vegetation.
We treat this important issue with the utmost respect, even down to the proposal's title.
What do you think of this? Boning without bones, essence and the performativity of male anatomy.
Consider this. From stick to stone, using essence to augment male performance.
Boning without bones is definitely the better choice. You're both mad. I suggest erecting the future, the burgeoning science of manimancy. There we go. Or abomination, wasting essence on ridiculous frivolity. No. Yes, the burgeoning science of manimancy.
That's brilliant, huh? Simply brilliant.
We've done it again.
Wait until they read this. The days of packing rope are at an end.
There we go. Manimancy. I do love manimancy. A rejection letter here from Perry Quilici from the Animaster's workshop. Oh, Quilici, that was the guy there before. Thank you for your humble application to the Animaster's workshop of Fior Ivèrno. Regret to inform you that admittance cannot be granted at this time. While your proposal on using other implements to siphon essence to specifically genital features of male anatomy was certainly unexpected, we suggest you reconsider your suggestion for practical application. Poor guys, they did not get that through, huh? But with my title, it's gonna be awesome. Everyone's gonna want it. Here's more essence potions. Lovely. Getting a bunch of them in this place, which seems reasonable, yes. I mean, this is my kind of a place after all. I do dabble in the essence stuff, yes. Okay. Let's see about more things. Ooh, there's a big lighthouse there. What do we have here? A party note. Notice hastily scrawled by Radiance with love. LM. I hope this note finds you well. Upon an occasion, despite the lackluster fruit, you always were the life of the party, despite your claims otherwise. I look forward to more antics soon. Until we meet again, FB. Party, huh? Well, why was I not invited? And how can I get in? We'll see about that.
Jata,
oh, hello.
What's the meaning of this?
Jata!
Look at these crops. Look at your city. The Dream Scourge is laying waste to our home.
There is no Dream Scourge in Emerald Stair.
The land begs to differ, and I can prove it.
We can discuss this in private.
We are discussing it now.
Well, you are a bit of a coward, aren't you? Hello, Jata.
How can you ignore what's right in front of you? The Dream Scourge is here, in the soil, and it's killing us. Oh my goodness. Are you a godlike?
I am, thank you very much, but yes, I'm looking into the Dream Scourge as well. You know what, I'm just gonna say, Chris, at your service.
Charmed. Forgive me for staring, it's just we don't see many of your kind anymore.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
Seems more likely you'll have to punch some sense into him.
Excuse me, but unless you have official business, I'll thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion.
A private discussion out in the open on the street? But yes, I am very much here on official business, and excuse me, but I'm talking to this captivating young lady. Ooh. Oh, yes.
Did you hear that, Ignacy? You should be taking notes.
Ah, of course. The Adiran envoy. Ambassador Hilgard sent a missive telling me to expect you. How delightful. You speak with a measure of authority, but I caution you to remember who's in charge around here.
Now that's what I call a first impression. As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
Ha! Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife, and now our farms.
Indeed, and that is why I'm here, and maybe Animators can help me stop this whole thing.
Then there's no time to waste arguing with bureaucrats.
We definitely agree on that.
I believe that we can restore the land, bring back its soul and its sanity, cut off the Dream Scourge at the root. Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust animancy as his father did.
Okay, lovely. But yes, I thought Animator slept that bold experimentation. Yes, hopefully she will. But you do. What would it take for you to fix this? So it's difficult to ignore dying farms once you start starving. But yes, okay, bold experimentation, that's what Animators are all about.
They do. And that's the kind of reckless behavior I'm trying to avoid.
Reckless is all we have time for. Before we can deal with the Dream Scourge, we first need to understand it. Unfortunately, new experiments have to go through him.
Must be nice that all the arguing isn't about you, for once.
I'm just trying to stop Chiata from hurting herself. Animancy is dangerous when you're shooting in the dark.
Well, why don't you leave that up to her, huh? So what's the worst that could happen? She's the one taking all the risks here. I think she knows what she's doing. Let me take her off your hands. I'll make sure nothing goes wrong. Yes. Ooh. Potential new companion, maybe. Yeah, you know what? Jada, why don't you come with us?
I see you're unfamiliar with animancy. You don't appreciate just how dangerous that could be. Are you going to tell her about your family's basement? Or should I?
How dare you use that against me?
I know it was an accident, but look what it cost you. We can't let it happen again.
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart.
Indeed. Also, yes, the guy, Quilici, I think was, he's here as well. He's being very quiet now, though. So if we work together, I wouldn't stand between you and your ambitions. Yes, maybe we can solve the Dream Scourge rationally. Let's cooler heads prevail. I share the governor's doubts, but you're right. What was that about your family? What was that about your family's basement, huh? Well, yes, I won't stand between you and your ambitions to deal with this.
Really? Unexpected from an Adiran. But how could I refuse an offer like that? Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Chatta.
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to the settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Giatta Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Ivèrno.
Whoa, you're banishing her for that?
What?
Ignacy, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Giatta is an outcast.
I mean, to you. I don't know who's actually gonna follow that rule, but sure. So, okay. Well, you are making a mistake.
Perhaps. But I can't just let her continue to poison the minds of my animancers.
They aren't your animancers. Your father understood that.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Ivèrno. But you haven't even tried. Now limp back to your giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west by the workshop.
Another mouthful.
All right then.
Maybe we'll need to let Kai hunt more after all.
So that does, you said now another mouth to feed. It does make it sound like potentially is indeed a new companion. It makes sense, like we are due for one, I think. We got 2 in the first region, or we're gonna get like 2 in this region as well, who knows. Missing person, Maxim Vidaro. I'm offering a substantial reward to anyone who can locate the remains of Maxim Vidaro. He vanished in the wilderness of Emerald Stair 10 years ago. His journal is also missing. I'll accept it as proof of the discovery. Maxim was our founder, my father, and a devout Skanite. He would not have left us without good reason, so I have every reason to believe he hasn't gone far from Ignacy. Okay. Shouldn't I, like, pick that up and store that as a journal entry? Apparently not. But also, we can't go in here. I mean, what's going on in here? Why is this looking very shoddy and terrible? Bedroom key, huh? Ooh, but I can also... can just also unlock this. There we go. Let's have a poke in your bedroom, shall we? Letter to my son. Is this from... the mother. Ignacy, I write this in a rare moment of clarity. Before he left us, your father was a proud, stubborn, wonderful man. Let me offer you a word of advice on his behalf. Those who rule with power are destined to be overthrown by power. Those who rule with heart are destined to be cherished long after they are gone. I can feel the fog drifting back over my thoughts. Goodbye, Ignacy. Hopefully, not for long. And then shimmering wings, gnashing teeth, chew through the dirt. Where are my hands, Ignacy? Where are my hands? My hands, my hands, my hands. That's, yes.
I've got a powerful feeling we weren't supposed to see this.
I mean, probably now that you're saying it, and also she's very much alive still. There's also a book thing, or something, by Maxim. The Valiant Republic swindled me out of the Sangreta Ducala, denied me my born right to lead Spirento's government. I would not take such insults lying down. Skane was behind me all along, whispering into my ear, caressing my shoulder with skinless fingers. Together we sowed a revolution. Now we can actually taste the fruited boar. I can only imagine the day Spirento awoke to discover the empty halls of academia, the pillaged libraries. Where did our brother's mind go? Where are the animancers? They blame me, yet they had no one to blame but themselves. We journey to this frontier in defiance of the Valiant Republics. We remain because our community is a living revolution. Proof that we can thrive without a golden chain about our necks. Lovely. So, what's up, Estelle? Yeah, you're not feeling too hot, are you? Oh. Okay, we have sort of a similar situation as with, if you remember, for those of you who saw my Adamfall playthrough, we had a baker who had her husband in lockdown, so to speak, because of, well, some stuff going on with him. This is sort of the same thing. She's being actively taken over by the Dream Scourge, and he's just keeping her around. I'm feeling very tempted to confront him about this. As a matter of fact, who are you? Just a butler?
Ignatius' mother is very ill. Please, don't disturb her anymore.
Oh, you actually know that I did disturb her then. Stew, I shall have all your food. I mean, these are good food items. Movement speed, I don't care so much about that, but the stew, ooh, wild mushroom stew. Resolve the stamina, I shall grab those. Sorry about that, but I am a bit hungry. Okay, but I do want to see if we can chat with Ignacy some more. He might have something interesting to say after all. Hello! Okay, there is something here though that I can... Ooh, there's the bedroom key. You know what, I'm just gonna pick it up. Because why the hell not, eh? Also means that I really shouldn't... Oh, there actually was a thing here. Means that I kind of just sort of wasted some lockpicks, but that's fine. Got his soul pod and his journal. I sworn to the people on my family's honor that there is no Dream Scourge in Emerald Stair. If it exists, it cannot touch our lands. When I'm alone at night, I must remind myself of that promise again and again, even if I must scream it to these empty halls. So why do I feel threads pulling away from the fabric of my community while I strain to hold them together? It's the old man and his protege, or else my imagination, but probably them. Mother's condition isn't helping my cause, neither does wine. Yeah, you should look at your mother and sort of see the picture, if you know what I mean. I do love that I'm just sort of rifling through his home here. But after all, isn't that what we do in games such as this? Hello! Okay, well, nothing really too exciting here, I should say. Ignacy, my main man, we need to have a chat, you and I. Final Journals of Jonas. This seems a bit more lowery. Okay, I don't know exactly who that would be about, but you have a few books. Scanite Scripture. Lovely. We also have Estelle's copy of the Midwife's Memoirs. This is more from the... or wait... it's from Maxim to the wife. So, to my beloved Estelle, in celebration of your quickening, I know how our Queen of Birds covers you. Hylia's wings bear you both on safe winds in the months to come. So my mother lived every note of life's song, bringing me into this world with her last verse. For this my father scorned me and abandoned me, and for this very same fact my town's midwife and adherent of Hylia raised me as her own. When I came of age, I learned that Hylia visits us on the screams of women in childbirth. And when a woman dies, giving life to her child, her soul is carried away and reborn as an avian attendant of Hylia's court. Through the miracle of the Queen of Birds, my mother has been with me, watching over me my whole life. Well, isn't that comforting in some ways? I wear the fetish charms of the Cloud Singer, the bird idol my mother became. My feathery trinkets look gaudy and unbecoming, but it is a signal fire to women in need that I am trained midwife, blessed by Hylia and living every note of life's song. The Queen of Birds wills us to shepherd new life into the world, and not, as the other gods so often desire, to end it. That they do. Follower May Magran once mocked my faith, saying I worshipped paintbrushes and birds. Right, those were those guys. Piddling things beneath the gods. I do not resent the other gods and the brutal necessities that they must oversee, but it's not language, love, the arts, and creativity that which separates us from simple beasts. Idea allows us to rise above our savage feral selves. I am often amused that upon seeing our holy aviaries, visitors frequently ask, "This is nice, but where is the real temple of Halia?" Perhaps they think hallowed grounds require oppressive stonework and the ceilings that hide the sky. They do not realize the bird queen stands not on ceremony. She makes herself manifest in the music of birds and in the beauty of the ubiquitous open sky. Hylia prefers the worship of 2 children singing over 1,000 petitioners silently praying for victory. The Sky Mother asks so little of us, and yet so much. We are charged to live every note of life's song. It surprises me how many fail to embrace this divine calling. I mean, it sounds nice, doesn't it? It sounds very nice. And then we have Animancy in the modern age, more lower for anyone interested. Might get to it later, we shall see. And then we have Yada's agricultural report. Governor, my research points to one inevitable conclusion: the harvest will fail. Before you ignore me again, read on. Listen, my father spoke of a river of souls flowing through the island. The souls feed our crops and power our machines. We agree on that much. What do you think happens when the river gets polluted? If you don't believe me, look at your own farms. The soil is hollow. It might even have the dream scourge. The time has come to break the bones of the living lands and set them on a more agreeable fashion. It may be Fior Ivèrno's only hope. We should discuss this in person. I'm confident you'll see reason. Lovely. And then also, hello, anonymous letter. Governor Vidaro, all this talk of the dream scourge infecting the land has grown too loud to ignore. If with just Quilici, we could see our way past it. Call him senile and discussions over, yes. But now Jada is speaking for him, and you'd be hard-pressed to find an animator who doesn't trust Jada Castell. To put it plainly, we demand results of one kind or another. Let the old man do his research or find some way to discredit him. If you're lucky, he'll discredit himself. What are you afraid of, Ignacy? We wonder. Either way, this has to end. It's tearing us apart. Your father would have put a stop to it by now. With patience, your friends in town. What kind of friends are that? You think? I don't know. The Erochian calendar, if we go by double C being the chip word. Okay, we have a bunch of stuff here. Doesn't feel that interesting, but it is there. Ignacy, hello.
I'm sorry you had to witness that spectacle. Jata is a spirited animancer, but she can be intolerable at times. Whatever you may think of us, I welcome you to Fior Ivèrno.
Well, thank you. So you really don't believe this curse is as bad as it looks? Why don't you listen to them? Never a dull moment. Yeah, do you really believe it's not as bad as it looks?
I believe the nature of the living lands is unpredictable, and animancy is our best chance at getting it under control. But what Giata wishes to do is more dangerous by far than what she's trying to solve. Quilici wants us panicking over what he can't even prove. If there's a threat to Emerald Stair, it's that old man and his fear-mongering. Don't waste your time on him.
Well, you say that. So, do you mind if I work with Yada? Probably you do. We're not going to ask that. So, are you afraid of him? And if so, just why?
He was loyal to my father, but never to me. And he knows how to rally others to his side.
He reminds me of a lieutenant I served under. Led us into a trap because he wouldn't admit his maps were wrong.
If there's nothing more, I have a city to run.
How about we ask about your mother, Because that's a bit on the weird side, so to speak. Or more damning, I think, because she literally has the dream scourge. She has fungus growing on her face.
I knew I heard someone snooping about. And you have the gall to confront me like a common criminal. This conversation is over.
Okay, well, here's the point though. Does she have the dream scourge?
That is not a topic for discussion. I'll hear no more of this. You go about your business, and I'll go about mine.
Well, I can see why people aren't...
questions.
Indeed. I can see why people would be maybe not on your side that much. You seem to have a bit of a trouble actually, you know, properly defending your position and actually having a good idea of what's going on and trying to actually take responsibility for said goings on. But alright then, let's just head over to Yata, I think, who's supposed to be over here, I believe, if we looked at where they were going. But we have a few things on the side here first. That is just out, another way, and we have a thing.
Welcome
Hello.
to my fine establishment, Aimika.
Merchant Stefan, ooh.
Well, I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late.
Well, they never really were, do they? Here we go, we can show you the star metal and see if you know anything about it.
Is that Gelarde? This is star metal. Very rare stuff. Where did you get this? Nay, don't tell me. I'd be tempted to go looking for some more, and that would certainly not end well.
Probably not. Also, you said a thing. Gelarde. Excellent or brave or defiant. So, what makes the metal special?
Star metal is exceptionally dense. It weighs much more than one would think from its size. More fascinating, however, is that this metal is suffused with dormant essence. This makes it naturally susceptible to enchantment.
Intriguing. Well, can you do anything with it?
No. Unfortunately, I don't know how to work the metal into anything useful. Only enchant it. I did receive a shipment from Sola's Keep recently, however. A mace crafted out of star metal, brought to me by a trader from Galloway's Tusks. I suggest you make your way there if you're looking for someone to work that beautiful metal into a proper weapon.
Galloway's Tusks? Come on, it can't be that complicated. I bet you 5 skates a Smith and Thirdborn would know what to do with this stuff.
Well, I'll take that bet, guy.
And I'll take your money, eventually.
Is there anything else I can help you with, Aimika?
Well, yeah, how about weapons and armor for animancers? Is that actually useful for them?
Nay, not really. But not all of us in Fior are animancers, you know. Besides humble craftsmen such as myself, we have the rangers to outfit. Under normal circumstances, I'd not sell to a traveler like yourself. But as I'm sure you've seen, these are not normal circumstances. Care to see what I have?
I would. Oh, but could... I mean, he has said he wasn't an animator, so I don't think I need... Oh, you have exceptional stuff, huh? I have 10,000. Did you have, however? No, you actually... Wait. What's the word on the thing? Wand. There we go. You actually don't have a wand, but probably someone will have a wand, right? And these are light armor. I could absolutely upgrade that, but okay. You do have a fine wand. Hold on. Is it called something else? Arquebus, bow, dagger, pistol, shield, armor, spear, sword. No, you don't seem to have anything better than that. But you do have lockpicks, so I'm gonna buy your lockpicks. There we go, lovely. You do have stuff like this, which you obviously could get, but not right now. So thank you for that. And you should then be here, right? I believe. Let's just loot some stuff. Hylia's talon and whatnot. Hello! Ooh, this is kind of cool, not gonna lie. Alright then, what do we have in here? Monto Pastor.
Excuse me, but I'm that busy.
Hello. Adragon Heart, okay. Ooh, got a bunch of levers and everything. Tides and Moons, Natural Historian's Account. Okay, we'll have more lore stuff. Ravatayan, there we go. That's the name of you guys. Forget me not tonic. Instruction for use: take 1 cupful approximately 1 hour before beginning tedious activity. If administered correctly, time should appear to pass more quickly and tasks should feel more tolerable. Side effects may include amnesia surrounding the dosage period. Okay, that's less good, I think.
Something. I can't let anyone else discover this.
Hello, Lorento Sperera.
Ah, Envoy. I'm sorry. I'm not in a place to talk right now.
Okay, well, you look a bit exhausted, so have you slept?
I'm not concerned with that. Not now. Yesterday, I made an incredible discovery. We can use half as much Adra to achieve the same results. And then I thought, what if one day it's a third, a quarter, a speck?
What if? Isn't that good? I see why this is bothering you. Okay, well, wouldn't that be a good thing?
No. To harness these forces for so small a price is too much power. Who knows what kind of chaos we'll create? I have been reading Athelmir's treatise on Wotica. Perhaps she's right. Maybe animancy should be reined in.
Well, I mean, yeah. No, animancy is fine. Do more. With my might, I can flex my muscles. There's no such thing as too much power. Or we can't fear knowledge just because a few people might abuse it. See, that's true.
How can I? All right. I'll do some more tests and see where they lead me. But I won't publish anything until I'm absolutely sure.
Good man. Keep doing that stuff. Monsters of Deadfire Archipelago. Interesting. Barbed Ravager, Winding Serpent, Leviathan, Pulpavir. There's a lot of text on the Pulpavir. Maybe I should read that, now that I think about it. Okay, we have something here. Yes, that chest for me to open and dig through. Lovely. Nothing but just regular stuff, though. Okay, I have a book here. My Rejections of So-Called Ethics by Monto Pastor. The animacy is a magnet for naysayers who cherish ignorance over progress and safety over opportunity. I do not deny that our art has produced some misfortune over the years. Bale Reach, Brackenbury, and the event at the Castella House, to name a few. But why should these isolated incidents cast such a long shadow? When a ship sinks to the bottom of the ocean, no one forces merchants to abandon their trade. Instead, we resist society's unjust call to smash our machines and burn our research. We're animancers. Society is welcome to join us, but we won't hesitate to leave them in our dust. Yeah, see, that's a good point. Just because a ship goes down doesn't mean that all ships are bad and you shouldn't be doing ships anymore. That's true. Summit meeting notes on the Deadfire event. Topic: spiritual disturbance in the Deadfire Archipelago. Governor Ignacio Vidal presiding. All agreed that a disturbance shook the metaphysical veil between the here and the beyond. Ask about capitalization. Cause of disturbance unknown. Experiment gone wrong. Rumor of giant Audra statue dismissed as mass hallucination. Perry Quilici requests to contact Republic's associates for second opinion. Governor Vidaro denies the motion. Verdict results inconclusive. No action required at this time. Deadfire Archipelago. Is that something that is in here? That is in.
It's the essence I'm concerned about.
Emerald Stair. I don't know. Workshop etiquette. Rule number 1. Clean up after your experiments. I don't want to see stagnant puddles or shards of Adra where people are expected to walk. Rule number 2. Label your experiments. Is your corpse a terrible accident or a work in progress? Rule number 3. No stealing resources. Governor Vidaro grants us what we need for our assigned duties and not a copper wire more. No one should have to steal. Rule number 4. Liar or sell is not allowed inside the workshop. Self-explanatory. Who's Elia Rosella? Where can I talk to her? Rule number 5, no food or drink. From now on, the research knows stained with spilled tea will not be accepted.
You're
Seems
beginning to sound
reasonable.
like Giata.
Have you ever stopped
And then we have a recent history of Queen's birth, the arrival of the Valians, more stuff. Wing Waraki, Wana historian. Intriguing.
I'm sure her mother
More
and father
potions
were
for
onto
me,
something,
thank
and
you
look what
very
happened
much.
to
But
them.
we have a thing that we can do something with. We can also get up here, but not inside. But I think that that is a big order. I didn't even see it before. Giacomo's invitation. Oh, was that potentially the party? To my colleagues, friends, and naysayers, you're hereby invited to a demonstration of my latest achievement, that of spiritual self-combustion. Bear witness as I set fire to my very essence mirror to prove that I can. Oh, isn't this... is this the guy that basically exploded himself in Dawnshore, I think. Do you doubt me? Then come watch me fail. Do you trust me? Then come watch me go in a blaze of glory. Either way, you will be entertained. I anticipate a large and captive audience. You had like none. I came like afterwards. Right. I spoke to you, right? Hold on, wait. I spoke to you.
Excuse me,
right.
but
You wouldn't
that
want to speak to me. Or you didn't want to speak to me. Is this not where she is? I mean, she... It's up here, right? There is a noise. Yes, there was a noise here. Thank you. Bit of bits. The moons of Fior. Almost feels like I've seen this before, but I don't think so necessarily. Right. Morris, bloody hell, a lot of books. The efficacy of imps. Okay. I haven't really seen any imps yet, I think. Then we have the alchemy of imp spray, apparently. Lovely. And then the many pitfalls of imp husbandry. We shall read that at some point.
What do you think of Giata's theory?
Well, my experiments have been a
I do
little...
wanna... Okay, you know what? We are probably just gonna end this episode before I even get to talk to Giata, so she's not here. Is all I can...
We should talk, but not here.
So she's not actually here, is she? Hold on. She doesn't seem to be here. I thought that this was where she would be. Okay. Allow me to just look a little bit further here. Hello. Okay, well...
One job, and I couldn't even do that.
One job, you say. You know what? We are gonna end the episode. Oh, right, we're actually literally had a quest marker there, but I'm happy that we looked into the workshop over there. But alright then. Oh, well, actually, you know what? Health potion and Journal of Valencio Casanueva. New house, maybe? Alright then. Oh, and I see one more thing. More essence potions. Lovely. So, let me just end by looking over this little lovely place right here. So in the next episode, we're continuing. We're going to hook up with Giada and Peri Quilici. We'll see what they have to say about everything. And it does indeed look and sound as if she is a new companion. And that's potentially interesting. I don't exactly know what she's going to be... what kind of a character she's going to be, because if she's going to be more about magic, etc., well, I'm already doing that, so who do I replace? Maybe Mary. So just notice that you have like power lines, or essence lines, I suppose they would be called. That's kind of cool. Anyway, we shall find out a lot more about Emeralds there, and Fior, Ivèrno, and Animancy, and potentially Dream Scourge as well, hopefully, in the next episode. For now, though, this has been ghostmutgaming with me, Christopher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.